Hey, I thought I would come on here and make a quick video for any of my friends on here that are dealing with G-tube feedings, G-tubes in general, or nurses that are working with kids with G-tubes. So some of the things we've been dealing with in the past 2 years specifically has been medical shortages on things, or just and billing issues. Maybe your insurance doesn't want to cover a specific item that's compatible with your other items. I run into this a lot. So this is specifically regarding this is the extension sets we use. It's a standard Y port. These are Advent. All bags that you can get Advent bags. It doesn't matter. This is a kangaroo set, not a gravity bag, but it doesn't matter. They have the same ends. And these are done by Covidian. And then this is the name brand Bolee Bag. So this is all going to be backwards, but you'll know what I'm talking about. And the Bowlink set that goes with it. So one of the things that we deal with is Louisiana gets her meals. If she doesn't get it by bolus, she gets in a Bolee bag. When she gets her water, this is such a weird thing, but she gets her water by gravity because you're not going to Bolee her water in. And we've had issues with the sets because if you look at the Y port, that's what it looks like. It's rubber. They make an end fit that is meant to go work with the Bolee. There's a shortage on those currently. You can't get them. So this is what the Bolee bag looks like. And when you add the Bolee set, this is the top of the Bolee set. It's a hard plastic screw top that works with the end fit extensions, which we can't get right now. This is the Advent ones that we do get. So the issue that you get is that doesn't screw into this. It does just kind of jab in, but it doesn't fit properly. If you can see that, it also leaks quite a bit when you go push the food through. So I've had to tape them shut, all kinds of manner of craziness. I don't get credit for this hack. Someone in our company who probably wishes to remain nameless figured this out for me last week on the phone. So this is the kangaroo pump bag that we use. We modify, adjust the lock to do a free flow gravity water bolus. So this piece unscrews. And then that looks kind of familiar. That looks very similar. They're not the same, but they are the same size because universal measurements, I suppose. But if you take this piece from the water bag or a feed bag, whatever, and you screw it onto your extension sets, you can then stick that into your Advent Y ports. And while that seems like extra pieces to do the same job, this is a much more secure fit. It doesn't leak. You don't have that gap issue. It doesn't matter because you screwed this end in, which is designed to screw in, and then you plug this end in because that's the design. It's meant to go in a Y port plug. So then you can squeeze the Bolee meal through the standard Y extension set and not have leaks everywhere or bursts, which is every G-tube parent's favorite thing. So I learned this hack. I don't get credit for it. I just learned this yesterday. So again, if you are having trouble because you don't have access to, or there are shortages of the end fit port, and you're stuck with the standard Y ports, another thing that this would matter for, most medical syringes are not suited to the end-fit extension. So if you're using the end-fit extension for feeding or whatever, but you're not using it for your drug administration, you can run into an issue because this is the kind of port you need with just a standard tip. It wouldn't work with a screw tip. So it's a similar thing if you're dealing with a situation where your drugs have to be administered in a standard if your drug have to be administered in a standard Y port, but your food is using the end fit, you could do one of two things. You could either do what I did here, and you could use the same piece to screw into the top of your end fit designed syringes, which I don't have. I use standard. Or, and this is the other thing, if you're like me and you get standard syringes, you need the Y port for those. This would allow you to continue to use the Bolee bags, which are designed for the end fit fastener. So this is a neat hack. So what I'm doing is this little white piece that I unscrewed from the kangaroo bag. You can go back and screw it back on. But these parts are much more durable than these parts. So when you dispose of daily, weekly, whatever, we do weekly because it's just water, and I'm having to order those personally because, again, more shortages and issues. You can throw away the bag, keep this white piece, and use it exclusively for your feeds or your medicines if you're struggling with that. I don't have that problem, but if you needed to use that, you could use that to administer medication through a standard port as well. Anyway, I thought this was neat. I know there's a lot of people that are gonna be like, what is ENFit? I didn't know this until 5 years ago. So it's a lot of medical jargon, but nurses on here who are dealing with caregiving for kids or even adults, and you're not having access to the pieces that you need that are compatible, this is a nice little hack. So I just thought I would come on here and share it.